move sticks not having analog, yeah, that's not an issue with this thing. I got an analog here and here. And every gun in this game is wielded with 2 hands anyway, built with this thing in mind. And no matter what gun you're holding in the game, your brain morphs this thing into that gun. This thing makes Firewall 10 times better, and I highly recommend it if you're gonna try out the game. Firewall Zero Hour is for sure the best online VR game I've played. It honestly feels like legit military training, and that is really cool in a weird way. I mean, my redneck friends here in Texas love this game, so take that how you will. There really isn't much to say about Skyrim VR. It is, in my opinion, an extremely impressive leap forward in VR gaming. Yes, we are talking about a game that's been out for like a decade now and ported to everything from Switches to toasters, but VR has such limitations right now, and Skyrim VR is just one of those games that manages to break that limitation. Most VR games either end up having an extremely simple concept, rinse and repeat it over and over to make up the entire experience, or they end up feeling more like a mini tech demo for what could have been a really cool fleshed out game. But Skyrim VR? It's just that. The entire Skyrim experience, the 100-hour adventure, every cave, every enemy, every weapon, every spell, you can do it all. Literally the only reason I picked up this game having played Skyrim before was so that I could wield a spell with one hand and feel like a magician and have a sword in the other hand and to wield a bow and arrow because I thought that would be really cool, and it was. So if you can stomach a full playthrough of Skyrim with this monster weighing down your neck and keeping your face nice and toasty, then Skyrim VR is a no-brainer. For me though, I'm actually holding out playing this entire game through until PlayStation 5 and hopefully PSVR 2, which supposedly doesn't have any wires and is more lightweight. I just can't sit there with this thing on my face for 100 hours. Beat Saber is the kind of game that VR was made for. It is unrelenting, unforgiving, unapologetic fun, and I refuse to believe there is a soul on Earth that would not enjoy playing this game, assuming they enjoy VR in general. It's such a simple premise, but it's exhilarating to slash away at these blocks as fast-paced beats pound in your ears. Imagine like Guitar Hero, but instead of a guitar, you have 2 freaking Star Wars lightsabers. I've played the game and that excites me. You use your sabers to cut up these blocks as they rush towards you. The white arrows on the blocks depict what direction you need to cut them in. And throughout the tracks, you'll have to dodge and duck under walls too, not only adding to the challenge, but also the workout that is playing this game. Never have I gotten so freaking sweaty playing a video game. The PlayStation VR version of this game introduced an exclusive campaign mode, which was almost an apology for the fact they are very limited in the song options. See, on the PC versions of this game, you can download and import anything you want to play, not just music, but the entire freaking Shrek movie if you wanted to. But that's not really possible on PlayStation, whether it's due to the lack of ability to just do it or a copyright issue, I'm not sure. So you're stuck with the default tracks made for the game. They are pretty good, however, after a few hours cycling through these tracks, you'll start to wish there was just one more to choose from. And while the campaign missions add a good challenge to the existing tracks, nothing would beat being able to download your favorite Papa Roach song and just Luke Skywalker all over it. But having said that, I still recommend getting Beat Saber any way you can, even if getting it on PlayStation VR is your last resort. The Persistence is a first-person roguelike horror game that I didn't play really much at all. And not because it's bad, actually it's really, really good, but because I'm a big old baby. Fans of my channel might know that I don't play horror games, they just ain't for me. I took all of about 10 steps inside that shack in Resident Evil 7 VR and noped the heck out. And I did a similar thing here with Persistence, which really is my loss because it is one of the best games on PlayStation VR, so I've been told, so I've seen, and so I played for like a minute. So if you want a better, more inclusive review of this game, I'm gonna leave links down below for you to check out a couple other channels that that clearly have bigger stones than I do. I will say that this game is really fun to play, and if you like being scared crapless, then it's even funner still. Due to it being roguelike, you can't even get used to the scary as it changes every time you die. It has some really unique ideas too, like a second player being able to join the game via their phone and make the game even more scary for you by placing creatures on the map. But that's all I got for this one. It's really great, and check it out if it looks like something you might enjoy. I'm sorry. Ghost Giant is an absolutely beautiful game with extremely likable characters. I adore the way this game is presented in every single way. Each level is a brand new gorgeous diorama for you to explore. However, I'll admit at first I felt really limited in what I could do and what I could interact with. You truly are a ghost. You stand, sit, and watch the story unfold around you. And while you can't control or even pick up the main character that is a human boy cat thing named Louis, who I actually really like, you can help him out from time to time by moving heavy objects or finding items around the world for him. The voice acting is done so well, and the story begins so adorably that I was immediately engrossed in everything that was happening